Here we go. Here we go. I feel so uncreative. I told her I just feel stuck. Now, that's what I told our assistant when we were on the phone and we were chatting about some upcoming projects. So we had a list of photo shoots that we had to produce, but we couldn't find our creative flow. And I knew I wasn't alone, so I suggested putting together a photo shoot that would inspire creativity. So when your imagination is sleeping, we must wake it up with ingenuity. I know that sounds super woo-woo, but like, listen y'all, it works. So this is what we did. Maybe you might find it helpful. We collected old photos, and we read vintage books, and we made collages, and we watched independent movies, and we walked through museums. Basically, we gave ourselves this space to imagine what we wanted to create. So when it came time to produce this massive photo shoot, we were actually doing it for Social Curator, and we did this about last month. We wanted to make sure that creativity led the way. So this is how it happened. By the time we finished, we were dripping in sweat, we were covered in confetti, and we had to move about 37 boxes of props. But we were so happy, we were fulfilled, and we were satisfied. Sometimes when we ask creativity to come hang out with us, creativity will sit there and like hang out and sip tea with us. Now, other times we call out to creativity and creativity doesn't respond, and it requires us to call out in the darkness and be like, please come and like hook us up. Please come play because we need to be creative as entrepreneurs. Well, during this project, we said we're gonna give time to cultivate a conversation with creativity, and we're so thankful that creativity met us where we were. But I have a question for you, and I'm really interested. I want to know, how do you get inspired? Now, if you're looking to create a project for your business and you are looking for a way to get inspired, here are 4 steps to actually make that happen. So number 1, I need you to clearly define your goal. Ask yourself, what do I want to get? What do I want to make? Or what do I want to see as a result of this project? Remember, not all projects have to result in like a big money-making venture. Okay, so while I hope you make money, you don't necessarily need to make money if it's a creative project. Sometimes new inspirational projects help you think a new way about your business, and that's what ultimately is going to drive your inspiration. So for example, our clearly defined goal was to style and shoot 40 stock images in 3 hours for Social Curator, and is this crazy? Absolutely. We told other people and they're like, there's no way that you're going to be able to make that happen. But here's the thing, because we carefully articulated and crafted our goal, we actually hit it. Speaking of that, I want us to get into point number 2 of actually bringing your inspirational project to fruition. Number 2, set a date of completion. When you set a date of completion or a deadline, it forces you to take action. It forces you to prove to yourself and to others that you're just not a daydreamer, you are an action taker. We set a date of completion by renting a studio in Los Angeles as a way for us to be like, no, this is the day we're gonna make it happen, this is how we're gonna show up, and this is how we're gonna bring our shoot to life. So let's get into step number 3 of 4, and that is to set a timeline. Most projects are not done in just a day. In fact, most of your projects are probably gonna take days or weeks or months to actually make it happen. So we set a timeline to set for ourselves because we needed to set a timeline to research our project. We needed a timeline to find and source our props. We needed a timeline to go shopping and to plan every shot. We basically had a timeline of small timelines that made up a big timeline. But a timeline was going to be the single most important thing to make sure that we were staying on track. Now let's get into point number 4, and that is to clearly define your success. Before I start a project, either big or small, I always start at the end. I imagine myself and how I'm going to feel the day after I reached my goal. I ask myself, what would I say to describe what made this project successful? When you clearly define success for you, the same way I clearly define success for me, then nobody else can tell you or me if it was a success or not, because we have it clearly defined. It is a description that we hold on to. Now, when I defined our success, I took time to describe it to our production team, and this is what I wrote them. Our goal is to shoot 40 setups in 3 hours. Yes, we know that's crazy. And our intentions are positivity, focus, and dedication. Our mantra is to think of others first and then ask for what we need. The day after our big shoot, I woke up and I knew that it was a success because I had defined it in advance. And then, because I had defined it, I had a clear way of measuring it. I expressed what I wanted, I let the team know, I imagined how I wanted to feel, and the next day when I actually woke up, I was like, we did it. We did the dang thing. So I hope this video helps explain my process, but more than anything, I hope that you walk away inspired. I want you to go, I want you to create, I want you to do something that's going to ignite excitement and do something big and audacious. You have one life to lead. You have one dream to build. So I am rooting for you, and I hope that you go out there and you make it happen today.